Hey Pisces, welcome to Mira's Soul Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Pisces. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, please check your other placements. All right, let's get started.
So we have the Five of Cups, we have the Five of Swords, and then we also have the Eight of Pentacles. All right. In regards to how this person is currently viewing this relationship with you, there's an overall energy of somebody essentially feeling like they're getting absolutely nowhere with you, Pisces. Whoever this person is, they do come off to me as somebody who's obviously really, really interested in you, but it kind of looks like you're not really giving them the time and or day. And that could be because you're investing a lot of time and energy towards focusing on you, the things that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself. But I want to look at this person a little bit more because it's pretty evident to me that you're definitely not making them your main focus and or priority. That's one thing that I'm definitely getting strongly. However, I feel like this person is actually making you their main focus slash priority, but they're definitely not your main focus slash priority is kind of what I'm getting, okay? I want to ask one more time how they're currently viewing this relationship with you. How does this person currently view this relationship with Pisces? All right, I feel like this is how they're looking at you, to be honest, Pisces. They're looking at you as somebody who's currently focusing on themselves right now, their finances, their career, their overall independence. With the Seven of Wands coming out here, they're also viewing you as somebody who's currently at the moment protecting their energy. This person might feel like you're protecting your energy from them, and to be completely honest, they don't necessarily like that. This person comes off to me as somebody who wants your time, somebody who wants your energy, somebody who wants your attention, and the fact that they're not getting your time, your energy, or your attention, like it really does bother this person's soul, to be completely honest. But yeah, Pisces, I feel like this person's just kind of looking at you as somebody who's currently doing their own thing, focusing on themselves right now. And the fact that you're like ignoring them or not giving them the time and or day, they kind of feel some type of way about it. To be completely honest, they feel like all the time and energy that they're pouring into you and this connection that they share with you, it's not being reciprocated back. And to be honest, they just don't like it. They just don't like it. They just don't like it, Pisces. All right. How does this person currently feel about this relationship? Okay. So we have the Judgment card. We have the Strength card. And then we also have the Knight of Wands. The first thing that came to my mind is, what was the point? 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 Okay. Pisces, it kind of looks like once upon a time, okay? I don't know how recent this happened here, but it kind of looks like recently, I guess, you gravitated towards this person for whatever reason, okay? And I feel like now that you're not giving this person the time and or day, it kind of has them confused because like their whole MO is like, what was the point of you even calling them to begin with? What was the point of you even texting them to begin with if you're just gonna like disappear on them and go ghost on them? Like what was the point of all of that? It's as if they're coming across to me as somebody who wasn't the one to initiate conversation with you or look for you. It kind of looks like it was the other way around, where you went looking for them, you initiated conversation with them. And it kind of looks like you guys, I guess, reconnected with one another, because I feel like y'all have history for sure. I feel like you guys totally have history with one another, but I just kind of feel like they're kind of giving me the impression of, well, Pisces called me. Pisces reached out to me. Pisces came looking for me. I didn't go looking for them. They came looking for me. They just don't understand what was the point of you calling them, texting them, looking for them, if you're just going to turn around and like go ghost on them and disappear. How does a person feel about this Five of Pentacles energy from Pisces? Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles, we got the Moon, and then we also have the Temperance card, and then we also have the Ace of Cups out here. You could be dealing with a Saggy, possibly a Cancer, maybe even a Capricorn strongly, or a Taurus. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but in regards to how this person is currently feeling about all of this, there is an overall energy, Pisces, of them essentially feeling like you're shying away from them because of how you feel about them. This person's under the impression that you have very, very strong emotions for them, and that's kind of why this person feels and thinks and believes that you're distancing yourself from them and gravitating away from them. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's actually what's going on here on your end, but this is just them kind of assuming. I mean, we do have the moon out here. So they don't really know the real reason why you went ghost on them, or why you retracted your energy from them, or why you've been gravitating away from them. They don't know the real reason why. So this is just them kind of like assuming what could very well be going on your behalf. And they're assuming that, the reason why you're distancing yourself from them is because you have all these emotions for them, and maybe that scares you, and that's kind of why you're distancing yourself from them. Like I said, I don't know if that is the real reason why you're distancing yourself from this person. To be honest, I don't know, but I guess we're about to find out. How does Pisces feel about this entire situation? Okay. We have the Tower, we have the World, and then we also have the Hermit out here. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Pentacles. Pisces, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know when you decided to reach out to this person or reconnect with this person or whatever have you, but the more I look into your energy, the more I'm starting to notice how I'm not really picking up on them, within, your side of the reading and within your energy, okay? Which is basically insinuating that you don't really think about this person whatsoever. There's no real emotional attachment that you have here towards this person whatsoever. And I feel like that's kind of why the more I look into you, the more I'm like, well, wait a minute. How does Pisces even feel about this person? What do they think about this person? I feel like that's why we're not really picking up on how you feel about this person, where you even think about this person, how you even view this person, because you yourself don't really think about them whatsoever. You yourself don't have any sort of like emotional attachment to this person. That's like how do I explain this? That's like the epitome of me trying to pick up on how you viewed that stranger that you walked by at the grocery store, and how you felt about that stranger that you walked by at the grocery store. That means absolutely nothing to you, and you probably don't even remember what they look like. Like, that's how disconnected I would say you are from this person in particular, and that's how little I would say you care about this person. Like, to the right of me, it is kind of what I'm getting, and it's honestly the best way that I can describe what it is that I'm seeing here and what's going on within your reading on your end anyways. We have the Tower, we have the World, and then we have the Hermit. There's an overall energy of you essentially feeling like, you know what? Something needs to change within my life. And I feel like it's kind of leaning more towards, your financial situation. Maybe for a while you haven't been doing good financially speaking, and you want to change that. Or maybe you've been working a job that pays you really, really good, but you're not passionate about that job. You don't have love for that job. There's something going on your end that you essentially feel like you have to change. Like, you honestly have to change and put in the effort to essentially change. And I do feel like it's leaning more towards, your career and what you want to do next with it is basically what I'm getting. I'm going to ask how you feel about this person to the right of me, just to kind of see what comes out. So how does Pisces feel about this person to the right of me? All right, we have the Judgment card, we have the Ten of Swords, and then we also have the Empress. The bottom of the deck, we do have the King of Wands. We also have the Moon out here with the Four of Cups. Like I said, Pisces, I'm not really picking up on much, which I feel like this is like the first time this has ever honestly happened to me in a reading before. You're just very disconnected, I would say, from this person. There's no emotions that you have for this person. You don't even think about this person. That's not me trying to be rude. I'm just kind of like telling you, what's going on here on your behalf. And, sometimes that happens, but I don't recall this ever happening, in a reading that I've done, on YouTube. In like personal readings, sure, but this is like way before YouTube even came about. I used to do personal readings, but as far as like general readings is concerned, I don't think I've ever kind of seen this before in a general reading. But you're very like detached and disconnected from this person is kind of what I'm getting. With the Judgment card to the Ten of Swords, to the Empress coming out here, to the King of Wands, to the Moon, to the Four of Cups, I feel like I'm picking up on this person's energy. I feel like I'm picking up on this person's energy again. This person has some very, very strong energy. So this could basically imply that this person can be very pushy at times. They can be very, very masculine to the point where, they start to kind of harness, what is that word? Geez, it came to me and it freaking left. I feel like this person harnesses a lot of masculine energy, and I'm kind of getting like a very pushy energy coming from them. Jesus, but I can't even think of the freaking word that literally came to me and it literally left. I just kind of feel like their way of being can be a little bit toxic at times and aggressive and like pushy is kind of what I'm getting. But yeah, in regards to this person and how they're kind of feeling, this entire situation that's going on between you and them, it kind of has them very conflicted and very confused. I keep getting the same old from them. Like, but why? Like, why did they come back to me to just like disappear on me? Like, I don't understand. Like, did I say something? Did I do something? Like, what the is going on? I feel like currently at the moment, this person is literally in the dark when it comes down to why you even resurfaced back up here for them and why you turned around and decided to dip on them and ghost them. Like, they just don't understand. Like, why did you do that to them? One thing that I will say is that this person tends to think about you excessively, but I'm gonna be honest, and this is not me trying to be funny or rude or anything like that. I don't feel like you even think about this person. I don't feel like you think about them, and it's not me trying to be funny or rude. I don't feel like you even think about this person, Pisces. I don't even feel like you have any sort of emotions for this person. I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that or rude, but I feel like this is kind of why we're barely like, not even barely, we're not even picking this person up within your energy because you don't think about them. There's no soul tie connection here. There's no emotional attachment here. So I feel like that's kind of why we're not even picking up on this person on your behalf. But see, when it comes down to this person, it's a whole nother ballgame because there's a strong and intense, there's a lot of strong and intense emotions that this person has for you. I mean, they're thinking about you excessively for crying out loud. So, then there's that. Hence why we're picking up on you within their energy. But as far as like us picking up on, this person within your energy, we're getting absolutely nothing. What actions will Pisces take towards this person? Are moving forward. So we do have the Knight of Cups. We got the Page of Pentacles, and then we also have the Knight of Swords. Okay. So in regards to how you plan on moving forward, I do see the two of you having a conversation here with one another. I really want to look a little bit more into what's going to happen next after this conversation takes place here between you and this person. But I do see you guys having a conversation here with one another. Tell me more about the Knight of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands, we have the Star, and then we also have the Five of Swords. Yeah, this person comes off to me as somebody who's like very, very determined to get through to you and have a conversation with you. For some of you out there, you could have blocked the individual. That's a possibility. If you did block this individual, they could very well be sending somebody else to deliver a message to you on their behalf. Or they could very well go as far as to text you from another number or call you from another number. So just kind of be mindful of that, okay? I'm going to be honest with you, Pisces. With the Knight of Cups to the Page of Pentacles, if this person is texting you from another number or calling you from another number, I feel like you will respond, but it's not stemming from a place of you knowing who it is that's actually calling you and or texting you, okay? You may be completely oblivious to who's honestly calling you or who's texting you, just so happen to pick up, and then that's how you guys are having a conversation with one another. Or, if this is them just simply texting you, you might engage in conversation with this person, not thinking that it's this person, but it is this person. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting. This to me kind of feels like you're accidentally having a conversation with someone that you don't want to have a conversation with, which is kind of making me feel like you're going to receive a phone call versus an actual text. Because I feel like you're accidentally having a conversation with somebody you don't really want to have a conversation with. And that's how this entire situation and ordeal is going about here between you and this person. How does Pisces feel about this communication that they're receiving? Okay. We have the Nine of Swords, we got the Seven of Pentacles, and then we also have the Six of Cups. You're lying. I feel like you're lying to this person, but that's just between you and I. This person doesn't need to know this. I feel like you're lying to this person. Because I feel like this person wants to know, like, yo, like, why have you been so MIA? Like, what's going on? Did I say something? Did I do something? I feel like you're gonna hit them with a lie, like, oh, like, no, 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 it's just I just been going through a lot of like family stuff. This has nothing to do with you, but I feel like you're lying to them, Pisces, and that's just between you and I feel like you're lying to them. Tell me more about how this person, how Pisces, I'm sorry, feels about this person. Mm. Yeah, I feel like you've been avoiding. Yeah, I feel like you've been avoiding this person. Yeah, you've definitely been avoiding this person. But why though? Tell me. Yeah, I feel like you've been avoiding this person. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. That's why. You feel like they're no good for you. You feel like this person's no good for you. Yeah, you feel like this person's no good for you, is what it is. Yep. So I think it's safe to say that you don't trust their intentions towards you whatsoever. You just feel like this person's no good for you. You feel like you're actually better off without them in your life than you are with them in your life. But instead of you telling them that, I see you telling them something else. Like, oh, like, no, 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 no. It's just, I just been busy and I've just been having some family drama and that's just been taking up, a lot of my time, but it's not you. It's not you. It's just, I've just been busy. I feel like you're accidentally having a conversation with somebody you don't even want to have a conversation with because this is kind of telling me you've been avoiding them. So again, I feel like how this is honestly going to play out if it hasn't played out just yet. I feel like you're more than likely going to receive a phone call from a number you don't recognize, and you might feel compelled to answer it. And when you do answer it, it's going to be them on the other line. And that's when I kind of see you guys having a conversation with one another. And that's kind of when I see you kind of hitting them with, I'm going to be honest, a lie, telling them, oh, no, 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 it's just, no, it's not you. It's just, I just had some family drama going on. And, no, I feel like you feel like this person's just no good for you. I also feel like you feel like you're better off without them than you are with them. But I feel like you're basing this whole I just feel like they're not good for me off of your history with this person is kind of what I'm getting because you guys have history. There's no way that you guys don't have history. Y'all have history with one another, and history has shown you that this person is no good for you and that you're better off without them. And I feel like you're basing this decision off of your history with this person as far as staying away from them is concerned. Yeah, you're basing your decision off of, well, I went through this and this with them, and I don't really want to go through this, that, and the third with them. So let me just stay away. I feel like what happened was is that you at some point wanted to reconcile with this person and wanted to reconnect with them. And the moment that you started to kind of feel like, oh, this person hasn't changed, or oh, I feel like they're going to put me through this, down the third again, you instantly decided to kind of back off is basically what I'm getting. All right, let's jump back to this human over here. What actions? I'm just gonna say exactly what came to my mind. I feel like this person's kind of sick in the head for you. I don't know how you want to take that or how you're gonna take that, but that's kind of what initially came to my mind, especially with the Eight of Swords or Two of Swords or Knight of Swords coming out here. I feel like this person's kind of sick in the head for you. I'm not entirely sure how you're gonna take that or how to even take that myself if somebody were to say, hey, by the way, this person's sick in the head for you. I don't even know how I would even take it, so I can only imagine how you're gonna take that. Not entirely sure why I even got that message to begin with, which is kind of weird. I mean, it could just imply that this person is like borderline, obsessed with you. That's a possibility. They could very well be a little bit borderline obsessed with you. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. But the way things are currently playing out here between you and them, it's causing them to essentially feel like they're never going to talk to you again or see you again. And that in itself just does not sit well with them. And this is kind of why they're making it their only mission to get a hold of you and have a conversation with you and ask you, like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, did I say something? Did I do something? Like, can we please talk about this? Like, please, like, just tell me if I said something or did something. Um, how does this person feel about Pisces? Mm, mm. This is the, I see what's going on. By the way, a little FYI, they're not only just talking to you, they're talking to somebody else too. Just a little FYI, just throwing it out there. I mean, granted, it kind of looks like this person's as single as a Pringle, so technically they're entitled to do whatever it is that they want. But a little FYI, I don't feel like you're the only one that they are talking to. I do feel like this person's definitely talking to. I feel like this person's talking to one other person. You guys have something like in common with one another. You guys have something in common with one another. I don't know if you guys are both single mothers or single fathers, or if the both of you are students, or whatever the case may be. But there's something that you guys have in common with one another. It could just be one of the things that I mentioned. But anyways, that doesn't even matter what you guys even have in common. So there is somebody else that this person's definitely talking to. That's one thing that I will say. When it comes down to this other person that they're talking to, how do I explain how they feel about them? Um, how do I explain it? It's a weird feeling that I'm kind of getting here. I'm just gonna say it. I think that they like having someone around that loves them and cares about them. I do. I feel like they love that feeling of having somebody around who loves them and cares about them. But the feeling is not essentially mutual. Like, I don't feel like this individual loves this other person or cares about this other person or anything like that. I just kind of feel like they like having somebody around who loves them and cares about them. Even if the feeling is not essentially mutual, they just love having somebody around who loves them and cares about them. As weird as that just may, sound to a lot of you out there. But when it comes down to you, my mouth just freaking got watery all of a sudden. There's a huge possibility that this person might have like a lot of lust and desire for you. That's definitely a possibility. But anyways, when it comes down to you, like if they had to pick and choose who they're going to hang out with and spend time with, hands down, homie, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you over this one any day of the freaking week. This person comes up to me as somebody who really does like put you up there on a pedestal is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah. They feel a lot closer though to you than this other human that they're talking to. I don't feel like they're in a relationship with this other human. By the way, I feel like if anything, all these two have is like a friends with benefits sort of situation, nothing more, nothing less. These two also come off to me as two people who are clearly not on the same page. One person wants love, the other person can care less for it. AKA this person that's kind of sick in the head for you. Your person's kind of interesting and I don't really know what to make of this entire situation because I'm gonna be honest, Pisces, just like this one over here wants love with them, they don't want love with this person, but they don't want love with anybody. Like, they don't want love with anybody. They don't want love with you. They don't want love with this person. They don't want love with, the chick down the road or the dude down the road. They can care less for all of that stuff. It's kind of what I'm getting. They're not interested in love. They're not interested in running off into the sunset with absolutely anybody. It's kind of what I'm getting. This is that type of person. This is that type of person that really does enjoy surface level relationships. This is like the epitome of this person playing house with everybody. They're playing house with this one over here. They're trying to play house with you. Like, and when I say play house, I mean, let's pretend we're together. Let's pretend we're together and let's act like we're together, but we're really not together. So, yeah, I guess let's just pretend, you know what I mean, that we're together and let's just act like we're together and hold hands and kiss and do all the things that people do in a relationship, but we're not together. This person comes up to me as somebody who clearly doesn't like titles. And I was speaking about this in a recent video. I just don't remember for the life of me who I was talking to. I don't know what zodiac sign I was talking to. There's some people out there that just simply don't like labels. They don't like titles. There's some people out there that don't like that, and I feel like they're one of them. But tell me more about this Queen of Pentacles and how they view this Queen of Pentacles, aka you. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands. We got the Ten of Cups. We also have the Hierophant with the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I feel like this person believes in karma. This person sick in the head for you, and crazy about you. I feel like this person genuinely does believe in karma. Okay, if this person had to pick and choose, right, who they're going to spend the rest of their life with, who they're going to dedicate and devote themselves to, hands down, it's going to be you. And you actually showed up as a Queen of Pentacles, by the way, regardless of your gender, male or female, doesn't even matter. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. But if this person had to pick and choose who they're going to spend the rest of their life with and settle down with, it's going to be you. Now, here's the main reason why this person doesn't even attempt to even fully go there with you. And it's mainly because this person genuinely does believe in karma, which is basically insinuating that they are fully aware that they haven't necessarily been the best person to a lot of people. In other words, they're acknowledging they broke a lot of hearts, they deceived a lot of people, they did a lot of people wrong, and they feel like eventually karma will catch up to them, which is something that this person has been trying to essentially avoid. So this person feels and thinks and believes that if they were to ever get into a relationship with someone, that's when karma is going to catch up to them. And they kind of feel, like if they were to even go there fully with you, that in some way, shape, or form, karma is going to catch up to them, and this entire situation between you and them is going to blow up in their face and backfire in their face. And this is kind of why they're avoiding fully going there with you. But that's also kind of why this person, like if they had to pick and choose who they're going to hang out with tonight, it's going to be you. If they had to pick and choose who they're going to spend Valentine's with, it's going to be you. If they had to pick and choose who they're going to spend the holidays with, it's going to be you. If they're going to pick and choose who they're going to introduce their kids to, if they do have kids, it's going to be you. It ain't going to be anybody else, especially this Queen of Cups. So that's kind of telling me right off the bat that you are somebody that they can definitely see themselves being in a relationship with, but because they firmly believe in karma, to avoid, I guess, karma, they will not allow themselves to fully go there with you out of fear that karma is going to catch up to them the moment they allow themselves to fully go there with you. That's just what this person believes, is basically what I'm getting. Okay, I guess now that we got that out the way, what's going to end up happening next between Pisces and this person to the right of me? Okay. Let's talk. We have the, but you're not going to perceive it that way. You're not gonna, I feel like you had a friends with benefits sort of situation with this person in the past, and that's kind of why I'm like, yeah, you're probably not going to perceive it that way. Does this person have a lot of lust and desire for you? Hands down, absolutely. Do I think that, there's anything wrong with them having like a bunch of lust and desire for you? In my opinion, no. I think that this person just finds you to be very, very attractive. So no, you know what I mean? Like in my opinion, I don't think there's anything wrong with them having, lust and desire for you, but I feel like you're going to perceive the amount of lust and the desire that they have for you as somebody who's just after you for a good old time, nothing more, nothing less. But we got the Ten of Cups attached to all of this. So that's kind of telling me that they're not after you for just a good old time, nothing more, nothing less. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, oh, Pisces, like, they don't really want to have a good time with you. They just want to, build this beautiful life with you. I'm not going to say that because we got this out here. We got the Three of Cups of the Devil. So that's kind of telling me that, yeah, they do want to have a good old time with you. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you about it. They do. That's something that weighs very heavily, I would say, on their mind as far as having a good old time with you is concerned. But is that all that they want from you? No. I'm not getting that. That's not all that this person wants with you, but I feel like you're going to perceive it that way. Like, no, like they're just after me for a good old time because look at how they talk to me. And look at how, they can't even keep their fucking hands off of me when I'm around them. No, absolutely not. We're not doing that. Not again. You know what I mean? So I get it. But I cannot sit here and say, Pisces, that that's the only reason why they want you. I can't sit here and say that because I would be technically speaking lying to you, especially because we have the Ten of Cups out here. See, how we had like the Ace of Wands to the Three of Cups to the Devil, I'm going to sit here and be like, yo, Pisces, like, dude, they're just after you for a good old time, nothing more, nothing less. But this is kind of telling me that, do they want to get a taste of you, Pisces? Sure, absolutely. Hands down, yes, they do. But is that all they want with you? No. I feel like they want far more than just that. Now, here's the thing. Your person does kind of come off to me as somebody who doesn't like labels and like titles and stuff. They don't freaking like that stuff. They don't like it whatsoever. Like they're very big on like let's just get together, Pisces. You know what I mean? Let's just get together. Let's just enjoy each other, if you know what I mean. And let's just create these beautiful memories together. And whatever happens, happens, Pisces. Let's just not throw labels around. Let's just not slap a title on this. Let's just enjoy each other's company and see what happens. I just don't think that you trust it. I don't think you trust it is what it is. How does Pisces feel about this Three of Cups / devilish energy? Yeah, you don't trust it. See, I had to clear my throat for that one. Yeah, you're kind of looking at them like ain't nothing changed with this one over here. Nothing's changed. There's still this playboy playgirl like energy that's lusting after me. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And that's the thing is that you're just like, yeah, no, I don't want to deal with that again. Been there, done that. Don't want to do that again. I'm okay. I don't know. Did I even get a court card for this person? I did not. I want to get a court card for this person. Let's see if a court card comes out. Can you give me a court card for this person? Okay. I feel like this person's way too prideful to admit how they really, really feel about you. They're too prideful to admit how they feel about you. And I also feel like they're kind of shying away from admitting to you how they actually feel about you. Because if they were to tell you, like, Pisces, like, I'm in love with you, you know what I mean? You hearing something like that from them, I'm pretty sure you're expecting in return for them to show you, how much they really do love you. And that's something that they're not ready to do because of this, like, because of this belief that they have, right? That because they truly believe in karma, right? Because of all the hearts that they've broken, because of all the people that they've deceived, because of all the people that they've done wrong, they feel like if they get involved with you, that's when karma is going to catch up to them, and they don't want that to happen to them. So no, they don't want to tell you how they actually feel about you, because if they do, you're going to expect them to back their words up with their actions, and that is just not something that I feel like this person wants to do or is prepared to do, to be completely honest. But with the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck and the Lovers, this person, like, they honestly do have a lot of emotions for you. It's not just a sex thing with them. Even though it comes off that way, it's not just a sex thing for them. It's way more than that. I just kind of feel like you don't trust it. You don't trust it. For some of you, I just randomly got this, that you might think they have like a sex problem. I don't know. I just randomly got that out of nowhere, but we got a court card for them. So it kind of looks like in the past they were a King of Wands. Now this person's showing up as a King of Cups. So that's kind of telling me that since you last saw them, hung out with them, spoken to them, that's kind of telling me that they've definitely grown and matured a lot. Well, let me not word it that way. I take that back. Prior to you reconciling with this person or reaching out to this person, prior to that, they've definitely grown and matured a little bit. I wouldn't say a whole lot, but I feel like they've definitely grown and matured a little bit. I feel like they're way better at, communicating than they were back then. I feel like they're more in tune with their emotions than they were back then. That's one thing that I will say. I feel like they're not, I'm just gonna say it. I just kind of feel like in the past, this person was like a little bit of a douchebag. Okay, I do want to say that. I feel like this person was like a little bit of a douchebag back then. Like maybe they were just like a little bit rude and harsh with you back then. I don't feel like they're like that anymore. Like I said, I feel like they've grown and matured a little bit. There's levels to this. So we have the King of Wands that comes out first, and we have the King of Swords that follows, and that's when we hit King of Cups status, okay? So yes, they have definitely changed and matured and grown over time. So they're technically speaking, they're not the person that they used to be because they have grown and matured so much. But see, that's the thing, is that you're so attached to the person that they used to be, to the point where you can't help but to essentially feel like they're still that person, and they're going to turn around and do you the exact same way that they did you back then, because you're so like stuck and attached to like who they used to be, is kind of what I'm getting, to the point where you can't really see how much they've actually changed and grown and matured, because you're so fixated and attached to who they used to be, that you're refusing to kind of let go of the person that they used to be. So that way you can kind of learn and figure out who they are now, because you're kind of holding on to who they used to be tightly, thinking to yourself that they are literally like the person that I used to deal with. I know it, but technically speaking, they're not. They've definitely grown and matured a lot. As far as like what's gonna happen here between you and this person, Pisces, I just don't see you budging. You know what I mean? You're very convinced that no, they're still a king of wands. They're not a king of cups. They're a king of wands. Because look at how they talk to me, and look at, every time I'm around them, they can't even keep their hands off of me. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't really tell you what I'm seeing. I'm not, like I said, do I feel like they have a lot of lust and desire for you, and they want to have a good old time, if you know what I mean? Oh yeah, absolutely. That is like the number one thing on this person's mind. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that that's not the case. It is, for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. But is that all they want with you? No. But as far as like this whole label and title and stuff, they do not like that stuff. They don't like that stuff. This is that type of person that, just wants you guys to come together, enjoy each other's company, just kind of take it day by day. And if it gets to a serious point, then it does. Let's just not talk about it. You know what I mean? Let's just not talk about it, Pisces. Let's not talk about the fact that things are getting serious. Let's just not throw a label onto this just because things are getting, let's not do that. Let's just not